They know. I thought you technically did, Sayuri said. Well, maybe. But not for you, you dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in your classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri is just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. I might give one of them a southern accent. Monika raises an eyebrow then smiles at me. So, what makes you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I should tell Monika that I was practically dragged here by Sayuri. Well, I haven't joined any club yet, and Sayuri seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be the board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget publicly and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monika really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised that there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Hey, look at that. It's all the tropes. It's your oldest best friend, the tsundere, the big-breasted, timid girl, and then the happy-go-lucky, boring character. Usually the mascot. Everyone's enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Oh, I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of oh my god, I can't believe I'm flubbing this. Enthusiasm about literature. So, Cthulhu, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself half-jokingly. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something but keeps it down. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that could change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. I, personally, I actually really like enjoying psychological horror. I like horror. And I think since this channel is literally called Cthulhu in a Cardigan, it's very straightforward. What I really like is Lovecraftian horror novels. I do like the mythos, but I also really like Stephen King's works. I do read manga. I'm not... that's kind of where I am. Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. Ooh, sexy. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Oh, like she likes Lord of the Rings or something. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she's find her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination by completely throwing you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Hey, I like this girl. I read a horror book once. I read a horror book once. I fucked that up. I'm gonna be flubbing this entire thing. I desperately grasp something I can relate to immediately in the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. The Rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looks like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud and Give That Back. Fine. Your cupcakes and your palms. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayuri slides up behind Natsuki and pulls her hand over her shoulder. I am not cute. Nope, you're not. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. Of course she does. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing the level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experiences too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I want to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem for ourselves. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other, to strengthen the bond of our club. Isn't that right, Cthulhu? Monika smiled warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forward with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayuri may have convinced me to stop by, but I've never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at and, I lost my train of thought. All four girls stared back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought, Cthulhu, you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That's it. If writing a poem is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literary club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayuri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a minute. If you really just came for cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks. I guess. Okay, everybody. I think it's time that we officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring in the next morning, so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Cthulhu, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with a mediocre writing skill? With my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Cthulhu, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayuri and I never walk home together anymore, because she's always staying after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the classroom and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls: Sayuri, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstance, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Huh. So I guess at this point, I should probably pick somebody to go after. It's funny how it's only these three characters. I'm guessing I'm not trying to warm up to the other one. Who should we go for? I really like Yuri, and I think it's because she likes horror, so we're gonna go with her.
What's with these guys? It's like one of my Japanese animes.